welcome our next comic out here. Come on, Joleen. What?
Hey guys, all right, let me see if...
Let's welcome our next comic out here. Come on, Joleen.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it,
Hey guys, welcome to another Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen and overall life chat. I think my Wi-Fi is kind of acting up, so I was hoping to get this connected to the router, but let me know in the comments that you can hear me. I'm a little disheveled because I am not at home. So just give me a 30-second. I'm going to do a 30-second countdown and see if I can get Chell and see if he can help me with this. I'll be right back, guys. I thought I was doing better, but I think I need some technical help. Where is my countdown? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Hey guys, welcome back. All right. So I got Hype Man Husband Chell coming up. It looks like I have this tiny little sad bar, Chell. See that tiny?
Yeah, that's because your internet that's just what it is.
Oh my goodness. My parents' internet is horrendous. I should have just went live from my phone, huh?
I don't
I'd probably be better off.
See, you're connected to a network cable.
That's crazy.
That's just telling you what your bandwidth is while you do this.
So do you think am I coming in okay, you guys?
You're just a little blurrier than normal.
Am I blurrier than normal? Probably for the best, I guess.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I'm not walking around.
Okay, feel free to close the door. Thank you.
Need anything else?
No, I got a Diet Coke and a water. We're ready to party.
Tilly said she wanted to come in.
She can come in. Tilly? Hi, Tilly.
Open so she can walk.
Okay. Hi, guys. Let me know you're here in the comments. We'll start the show. You're blurry, but you sound great. Okay, so just think of this as a podcast, I guess, because you can barely see me. All right. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hey, guys, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother. Most importantly, hey, there's producer Tilly. Big Brother 23. Thank you guys for joining. Smash that like, please. Oh, she's going to sit in the windowsill. She's so precious. Okay. I love my cat. She traveled with us on a plane. It was a whole ordeal. She's traveled on planes before. She's taken road trips across the country. But this time we got an end seat. I normally try to get a window seat, but Southwest, even though we checked in to the A group, by the time we got there, we sat down and we kind of missed the A boarding. Oopsies. We were having snacks. And then we ended up being on an aisle seat, and it was a really turbulent flight, and she got sick in her carrier. And I was going to do a video of how to travel successfully with a cat, because mostly I've traveled successfully with this little one. I mean, she's amazing. So I felt so bad. So basically, I had to clean out her carrier, take her into a bathroom at the airport, change my shirt, not to gross you guys out too much, but it was a whole ordeal yesterday. So that is why, thank you, Shane. That is why I couldn't go live for the eviction episode. And full disclosure. Okay. So I'm at my mom's house. Tomorrow we're leaving. We're going with our family to a cabin. I'm not going to say where because I have too many stalkers, not you guys, other people. And we'll get into that as well. So I didn't even finish yesterday's episode, but I do know that French Dressing went home. And I do know that Jess and Hannah, I believe from Girl Let's Agree to Disagree, interviewed him. And I don't think many people sent them questions. So, and I did hear from Twitter that French Dressing is going to wait a minute to get on Twitter, which is probably a really good idea. So I'm here now. If you guys follow 90 Day with Nana or Married to Bravo, you'll see Nana's giant bush in the background. And there you go. All right. So spoiler alert, if you guys didn't know, Xavier HOH, and he put up Brittany and Brent. And that has been kind of a point of contention for some people in the house because obviously, I don't know, let me know what you guys wanted, but wanted a Whitney and Brent situation. But then I'm hearing that Whitney kissed Kylan and that maybe Whitney was up in the HOH room last night with Xavier. I saw Sarah from Nerdtainment tweet that and I thought, okay, Whitney. So yeah, I don't know how Brent reacted yet. I'm going to probably be going live later as well with my couch potato queens friends, Alex and Josh. But I just wanted to hop on here because I know a lot of you have been so kind and patient and tweeting like, where have you been, Joleen? And on Wednesday, I went to Sarah's channel at Nerdtainment. We broke down the episode. And then Sunday, it was just too much. I went live earlier and I didn't go live after the episode. So I don't want you guys to think I disappeared, but I will be doing weird sporadic lives this week because I will be at a cabin in an undisclosed location for all you crazy stalkers out there. Okay. Yes. What the French? Claire has a crush on KY. I thought Claire had a crush on Xavier Baby. I got to keep up. Also, Tiffany won the wild card, which amazing. I was so happy to hear that. So happy to know Xavier won. Sad to know that he isn't going to go and put up Whitney on the block because I just think throw those two up there or throw up a Brent and a Christian. But we all know Xavier Baby has a good relationship with Christian. Is Christian on Xavier Baby's team? No, he's not, right? No, I can't remember. You guys, I'm off a little bit. And then Azah was saying, don't put up Brittany, put me up. No, do not sacrifice your game. Yes, it is too bad that now Azah is going to, or Brittany is going to become a pawn in this game. But unfortunately, that happens sometimes, you know, so I don't want to see Azah sacrifice her game. And I guess Brittany went into the wild card competition, I'm assuming, because it was two other people, and said she felt like she was in dodgeball as a kid and everyone was throwing balls at her. But if my math adds up, that would be two people throwing the ball at her. And if those two people playing aren't aligned with you and you don't speak game to them, that just kind of makes sense strategy wise. And yeah, unfortunately, Brittany probably is a pawn this season. And she's very sensitive about that. Which, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be easy. My heart does, feel for Brittany because it's not fun being a pawn. It's not fun thinking people are just going to use you in this game. But I don't want Azah to risk her game. It is very admirable that she thinks so highly of her friend and wants to take care of her and doesn't want to see her cry again. But Brittany, use this energy and get back at these dudes that keep using you as a pawn. Okay? Prove yourself. Be like, And just like my husband said, the cabin we're going to tomorrow is at the Los Angeles Central Police Department. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just going to go on a rant, and you guys know how I do with ranting. So that's what's going on the Big Brother house. I'm going to come back later tonight to talk more with Josh and Alex from Couch Potato Queens. Make sure you guys are subbed to them. You guys are so wonderful. I love you. And I do want to discuss another Big Brother situation. Okay, so latest TMZ article. Let me just pull it up here. Is saying this. As you know, I've been following the breakup of Chilltown. And the reason that I have been following the story is because Chilltown is one of the most iconic alliances in Big Brother history. And there has been crazy things happening through the years between Dr. Will and Mike Boogie, and Mike Boogie's alleged crimes against Dr. Will and his family, to which most recently, I believe I did two previous videos on this with every update I get. And so accused of stalking. And then now there's like a 10-year restraining order that Dr. Will and his family was granted against Mike Boogie. Okay. Now there's news reporting, and basically you can go to every news outlet and find this information. Okay. So I'm just pulling it up here. Okay. So Newsweek did the Mike Boogie found guilty of stalking co-star Will Kirby, which is huge news in the Big Brother world. And of course, this channel is comedy and commentary. Sometimes we do serious, sometimes we do funny. There's always a little bit of funny just because I'm a comedian, but that's what we talk about. Okay. Thank you. My husband says Boogie is a booger. Okay. So the latest news that's breaking is that Mike Boogie is going to have to pay Dr. Will. Let's see what amount. Just tell us straight out. Okay, so after Will was given this 10-year restraining order, now he's going to have to pay him a sum of money in this stalking case. And I'm trying to get the exact amount here, but I keep clicking on this one news article, and it is just like, oh my God, Becky, look at her writing. It is so confusing. All right, I sent it to myself. Where did I send it to myself? I sent it to... Again, I'm not at home, so I'm kind of, here we go. Okay, so this is, there's many places you can find this, but this one in particular, TMZ, was just a little more succinct in its writing. So Big Brother Mike Boogie ordered to pay ex-co-star Will Kirby in the stalking case, okay? So if you need to know about the breakup, I have a whole video, the breakup of Chilltown, and then I have a most recent video when he was found guilty of stalking Dr. Will, okay? So it looks like he's been ordered to pay Dr. Will $23,219 plus 10% interest. He must also pay Kirby's attorney to the tune of $20,745. Okay, so he was found guilty recently of felony stalking his former Big Brother buddy last month. Found guilty of felony stalking. And the details are even more cuckoo than you can think of. So if you haven't watched my Chilltown breakup video, it's one of my most popular ones, so check it out. Kirby got a restraining order against him in 2019 after the two were tapped to go on another reality show as a duo, which was The Amazing Race. When Dr. Will declined, it meant that Boogie could not participate, and that's allegedly when he began sending Kirby and his family these horrific messages. He's still ordered to stay away from Kirby per the restraining order. So I believe then he also got 3 days in jail, guys, 3 days and probation, which for the laundry list of crimes that this guy has through the years seems like a slap on the wrist and seems very privilegey, if you know what I mean. Okay. And Mary B says, we'll never pay. Yes. Now, when this news was breaking about him having to pay, I did notice within the last 12 hours or so, I was getting comments from someone named Mike M. And these comments were very specific. I had got a comment from this same account that's only existed for 6 months. I looked it up about a week ago, claiming they were Mike Boogie's assistant at one time and kind of having his back and saying they were a big fan of the channel and of me. And I thought, okay, that's weird. And then myself and Miranda, shout out to Miranda, honestly, Hunker, we started getting these comments from this channel called Mike M. And Mike's real last name is like Mike Malin or Malin or however the hell you say it, okay? He left me approximately 23 comments, okay? And Miranda a bunch. And saying things about Miranda, like wishing something bad about her back. I don't know. Miranda tweeted about it if you want to check it out on Twitter. I don't have a dual screen, so I can't share it, but I did upload a couple of the screenshots. So here's where it gets interesting. Again, if you look at this account, you can surmise, you can come to the conclusion in your head that this is most likely Mike Boogie on YouTube. If you've seen his cameos and you've seen his previous behavior and the stalking charges and you've read the police report and the restraining order like I have and provided in the video, it seems pretty on par for this dude, okay? So he's leaving multiple messages. I'm not paying too much attention to it, but then I notice he's including my address. Now, luckily, it's no longer my address because once the panic can hit, we headed away to the desert. Now I'm not going to tell you where, okay? Because now I got to be super careful. Now I was putting what was my address in Hollywood for 7 years into my comments with a threat included. And I'm going to show you guys screenshots of that. So it's pretty creepy. Now, you guys know me. I am a YouTuber, a comedian. I've had my fair share of men in particular and some cuckoo ladies who have come for me. And I totally understand that there are sometimes takes I might have on television shows people are not going to agree with. People, I wake up every day to your wonderful comments, which I so appreciate, but I also wake up to comments, you're fat, you're a bitch, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. And you know what I do? I block, delete, and move on with my life because I have a wonderful husband and a wonderful family. And one thing I think is so important to talk about, because I don't want especially other women in particular to think you have to tolerate this, or any human being really. But especially women, because I think you just hear so many stories about this with problematic dudes like a Mike Boogie. Now I have to say this is allegedly his YouTube account because I cannot fully prove it. Now it looks pretty on point, but we all know that whoever this man is, who's claiming to be Mike M, who knows a lot about Mike Boogie Malin, what you did is disgusting and wrong. So I don't ever want anyone that follows me or anything to think that it is okay to be harassed. Listen, it's one thing to just be like, you're a bitch, which I don't appreciate, but people are going to have opinions and not everyone's going to like you. And I've developed some tough skin through the years, through comedy and traveling. And I get that if I talk about things and people and situations, I might get it back. I do understand that. I am not ignorant to that. I am a lady of a certain age. I've been there, done that, realize it. I am not a victim. I am not any of these things, okay? But when someone who has been charged with stalking his friend is now putting your address that he believes is your address in the comments with threats, I'll show you guys here. That's where I'm just like, this has gone too far. So I put out a post on my community tab saying, please report this account. I reached out to YouTube. There was very little that they said they could do about it besides me reporting the comment. The problem is you report these comments and then you can't explain it. So you'll see the way he put these comments. If someone was just scrolling like, is this harassment? They'd be like, why is this harassment? This just says, it says Lexington, but that's the street I live on. Well, this just says, it says 7730. Well, that was my address. Well, this comment just says 105. Well, that was my apartment number. Now, if that's not creepy, I don't know what is. No matter what anybody says on YouTube and commentary, there is never a reason to threaten them or make someone feel unsafe. Okay. And then I've gotten most of you guys have been so fantastic in commenting and support and saying, no, that is never right. But a few of you guys, I think, believe that somehow I brought this upon myself. Listen, I'm not out here getting on the internet every time someone calls me a bitch or calls me fat or calls me untalented or unfunny. Only when men are threatening me do I think maybe we should call this one out. Okay? This is the same reason that when women are in any situation, whether it be assault, SA, people say, well, where were you? Well, why were you there? Well, how much did you have to drink? Well, what did you say to him? Did you provoke him? What were you wearing? There is nothing you can wear, say, or do that can ever explain or justify or make sense of someone who would attack you. And don't let anybody tell you that it can. And those comments, they're stupid. They're idiotic. They're very dumb. And this is why women don't come forward with things against men, because other men a lot of times want to make sense of it. And the only way they can is, well, what did she do? She shouldn't have pissed him off. She was playing in that pool. So there you go. No, stop it. Done. No more of that. It is a new day. Okay. So let me pull this one up and see what this one is. I just uploaded a bunch of them. Okay. So this is going to go over my face a little bit. Hopefully you guys can read it here. So this is one of the many comments he left. Okay. And as you can see, it says, that's a little bit, I'm going to look at the version on my phone because that one looks a little bit blurry, you guys. So I want to make sure that I'm reading exactly what it says so nothing is misinterpreted, because heaven forbid a guy on here decide, well, Joleen didn't say the whole story. You know, we always want to blame people who are getting attacked, you know? Okay, so it looks like he starts by saying, restitution will never happen, Joleen. And this is because there was talk before this news came out that he was going to have to pay Dr. Will something, okay? And he said, 7730, you want to play? That was my address in West Hollywood for 7 years. That was my address. That was my number. The Lexington, he writes, that was my street. Then the comment above it says, keep acting real cool, little girl. Little girl? I'm damn near in menopause, bitch. Like, I don't know what little girl you're talking about, but thank you. Another very sexist way to put down a very articulate, smart, strong woman. Nice try. And then he writes 105. 105 was my apartment number for 7 years. Okay. And this is simply because I did commentary and a video about news that broke in Newsweek, Us Weekly, TMZ. There wasn't anywhere you could go and not hear about this Mike Boogie, Dr. Will stuff. And not only that, but I did a video where I was breaking down the complete breakup of Chilltown. And with that, I did research, heaven forbid, I did research of the guy's alleged previous crimes or allegations against him, Mike Boogie. And there were things that were also in more news publications. So all I'm doing is talking about things that were in the news. Okay. Which that's what YouTube's about. Commentary, voices, opinions. It wasn't like I was slandering this man, making things up about him. No. Did a little speculation and opinion go into it? Of course. But these were things that were documented, sir, about you and your alleged actions. So then there's some other things he writes on my Chilltown Has No Chill, which is the video you can find the breakup of Dr. Will and Mike Boogie, because I'm trying to make sense of this. I didn't know anything about this. And so I wanted to do my research, being that I did go to school for journalism. Hey, guys. And he says he still owns. So basically, some of these comments, he tries to act as though he is not him. But he is. It's confusing, but I think that his mind is not completely there. So in this exchange, he says he still owns 5 bars. He is rich. Do not speak on shiz. That sounds like something Baby Blue would say, right? You know nothing about. Talk about Will's job. I got him. Are you Mike then? You got him a job? Okay. And his bathrobe. But I'm not broke, Joleen. Doesn't even spell my name right, but whatever. He said, are you really dumb enough to think an LLC bankrupted for $800K is Mike's bankruptcy? You are not that dumb, Joleen. Well, I mean, that's what people were reporting, and I was just saying what was being reported on by news outlets. And then he says, it's funny how people think Mike Boogie is broke. I was at his bar 2 days ago. He may be a jerk, but he has 400 people in there, and did not finance anything. But that was also in the articles that Will did put money into these businesses he used to have. You can go check out the old video. So it's just like comment after comment. Again, this is a little longer thing where you can see without a picture of him putting the address he thinks I currently live at. Okay. This is the channel. It just is Mike M. He joined 6 months ago. And on this channel, 23 comments. Recent comments you can see there. I don't think I grabbed all of them, but okay. So let's see. Okay. This is when I think was he pretending? This is Mike M 12 hours ago saying, Joleen, Mike may be a douche, but you are just buying every TMZ article. Like I'm just buying into it. Mike got Will his dermatology job, but he's good looking, so he seems more credible. So this guy is saying, hey, Joleen, don't listen to TMZ. Should I listen to Newsweek? Should I listen to Us Weekly? Should I listen to every other outlet that was reporting on this? Should I listen to the court documents? Should I listen to the judge who found you guilty? Who should I listen to? And he said, and now he's like, Dr. Will is more good looking. Yeah, duh. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you were convicted. Like, that's what yes, stalking. Okay. Mike is rich. Don't comment because you don't have a tennis court and Mike does and Will does not. So that's where I'm like, is this a 12-year-old? And then he said, Mike Boogie won All-Stars. It must have been because of Will. Mike was classy when Ian dumped him. So it's just this myriad of strange comments. But again, all the comments are fine until you get to this person, whether it be Mike Boogie's 12-year-old assistant, some cuckoo bananas person looking up my address and putting it in the comments as a, you want to play? Do I want to play what? Because I like games. I like Bananagrams. I like Yahtzee. I like Catopoly more than Monopoly. So I do like games. And my initial, I don't like threats, period. Nobody does. But I also don't like these threats like, you want to play, you won't know when, you won't know where, and you won't know how. No, tell me now. Tell me now. Okay? Because I don't want to be a Dateline episode. I don't want to be your next stalking person. But if you are going to stalk me, let me know. Okay? Because ask my husband, this isn't my first rodeo with weirdo dudes following me. I have turned around, looked at someone following me home, and made direct eye contact. Like, is this going to happen now? Or what? Because I will not live in fear of some cuckoo bananas, cuckoo brains. That's all I can think. Okay? Cuckoo bananas, cuckoo brains. Okay? So if this is Mike Boogie, who's commented on not only mine, but Miranda's and whoever else's channel is out there, I don't know. Allegedly. We don't know for sure. But you can't silence people from making content because you don't like what they're doing. And there's been other YouTube channels that try to do this to people. But the thing I think that made me the most disappointed in humanity is a comment I got from someone who claims to be a fan. I'm going to leave their name out of it because they do have the right to their opinion, but I also have the right to my opinion on it. And I think it's very unfortunate. And I think it's very, very, very damaging, dangerous, detrimental to women who go through and have to deal with abusive men. Okay. And so I'm going to read this comment. I'll pull it up on the screen so you can't see the name of the person, but they put this on my community tab. Very proud of their comment. And I'm just going to read it out loud for you. This person says, I understand completely that he has acted like the shittiest person and that some of his acts are unforgivable. However, we're all just human beings. Okay. Tell that to the family where he sent pictures of guns next to Will's children. Tell that to the woman he allegedly assaulted in Denver. That's all out there. Allegedly. It's all out there. Tell that to them. With that being said, you can't publicly humiliate a person and speak about their problems and their business in their life and then run to the YouTube police when they reply. Well, I would say he humiliated himself with these crimes, these ridiculous crimes over allegedly the Amazing Race. I would say all the cameos he's putting out, he's doing a great job humiliating himself. He does not need help from Joleen the comedian. He doesn't need Joleen the Big Brother superfan to help him humiliate himself. He's doing a great job of it. Constantly getting arrested. You know, his last arrest was a DUI and prescription medication. He's doing a great job by himself. He doesn't need me to help him. So humiliating someone by simply pointing out what is in the news about them and having an opinion because you followed, he put himself on a public platform on a show we all love for 3 seasons. 3 seasons. So we might have an opinion of him also going after a fan favorite, Dr. Will, or anyone, period. But the fact that they went from friendship to this, people are going to have opinions. So I would say he humiliated himself. And if you read exactly what this man did, I think you would understand that better. Okay. So he said, and I didn't run to the YouTube police. I said, report this channel because when I contacted YouTube, there really wasn't much they could do. Okay. He didn't just come at you randomly, this person says. You put yourself in the position to have beef with him when you decided to make a long video with him. I never made anything with him. When you decided to make a long video, discussing his messed up life. Discussing, not his messed up life. I didn't talk about his childhood and what happened to him and speculate. I talked about what was in the police report, what was in the restraining order report, and what was in the news. I mean, this is ridiculous. I understand he may have humiliated himself. Okay, you do understand that already, but he has to live with that. Yeah, he does. It doesn't concern you. It's a show we watch and we report on it. Oh my God. This is just my humble opinion, but when you jump into the world of commentating on celebrities, that's a stretch, and their livelihood, you become open for criticism and especially a rebuttal from an individual whose business you're sticking your nose in and gossiping about. All right. There's no gossiping when you're literally reading facts in a publication, in news outlets, from the court. That's not gossiping, okay? And as far as sticking my nose, that's what pops up when any Big Brother news comes up. When you cover Big Brother, those things come up, okay? I'm trying to think what else he said. Okay, so individual whole business, sticking your nose, and gossiping. Oh my gosh. All right. And their livelihood. Okay, here's where I agree with you. Yes, he could have an opinion. Mike Boogie could easily be like, you're a bitch, and then move on with his day. Even add in you're a fat bitch and move on with your day. Because you have that right. It wouldn't be my favorite, but I wouldn't turn to the internet to report it. I would just delete it and move on. Block them, delete it, move on. Like I do every day to the negative comments. But what you're saying is you're telling a woman who just shared with you that a guy is making threats. He wants to play, which we know how he plays because he's now been convicted of stalking his best friend and allegedly attacked some woman in Denver. You can find the news articles out there, a waitress, I believe. It's in my previous video. And I'll say allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. I'll give that to you. So I would say you're then telling me, a woman who's being threatened by a guy, whether it be the real Mike Boogie, Mike Boogie's friend, Mike Boogie's problematic neighbor, that, well, you kind of deserve it because you're talking about it. Nobody deserves to be threatened and have their address put out there like they're going to do something to you. It is fine for him to say, I don't like you. I don't like your content. You're a bad person. That's an opinion. Those are fine. It's America. I hear people's opinions every day, but it is not okay to try to scare someone and put their address out there. That is not okay. So don't think, I love how you're, and I also love that you're trying to mansplain this whole shit to me. Like, this is my first time dealing with guys like this. It's just so laughable. And if you were really a fan, you wouldn't speak. If you really cared about women or believed people after the proof, I provided receipt upon receipt in my posts. Okay, so I'm sorry. As a comedian, I laugh, but as like a woman and human being, I shudder to think that this is what we go through all the time with people not believing us and questioning us. I never gave this man's address. I never told people to attack him. I simply was providing my opinion and also the news and things that were coming out of news outlets about this dude's crimes. I never said, hey, go to blah, 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 do this, da, 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 da. No. That's what he's doing now. Okay. Is he going to call up every news outlet, every journalist that reports on this and find their address and try to attack them? Okay. So let's finish this off. Okay. So again, respectfully, so he says a rebuttal. So I should expect a rebuttal. Okay. Because I stuck my nose and I gossiped about it. It's just so funny. Respectfully, if Will ain't talking about it, then no one should be discussing it. No, that's not how the media works. That's not how news stories work. That's not how anything works. You don't get to regulate, sir, what is being spoken about. Okay. And you also don't get to threaten people when you don't like what they're speaking about. All right. By the way, they put, this is all love and not hate. Oh, I'm sure. I personally thoroughly enjoy your videos and the depth you go to. You go in, LOL. Oh, it's an LOL. So don't think I'm a hater because I'm genuinely a fan. So you like the depth I go to in my research that you can know about the breakup of Chilltown. But when the guy allegedly comes back at me with my address saying you want to play, you're like, you deserved it, bitch. Sorry. I still like you, still a big fan. So you appreciate the research that went into that video. But you're also like, you get what you deserve. You can't start the drama and play victim when the person responds, because these BB players are human just like you and I. Hope everything works out in the most positive outcome possible, though. And I think we should all pray for Mike instead of stoning him because love always wins in the end. Much love to you. I am not going to pray for Mike. You don't tell me who to pray for. If that's what you want to do, pray away, sir, pray away. But for me, when someone's putting a house they think I live at out there saying, hey, you want to play, when they've been convicted of stalking and sending horrific things to a friend, they're not on my prayer list. They're on my most wanted list. They're on my watch out, bitch, he's going to take you down list. Okay? They're on my, I'm going to contact the LAPD and his probation officer to see if they know that he's harassing women online, allegedly, if it's him. Okay? But just the fact that this person is saying that you can't start drama and play victim. Who started drama? Did I stalk Dr. Will and get into the news about it? No. We're reporting, commentating on things that happen. He did that. No one's playing the victim. We're saying, hey, probably not a great idea when a convicted stalker allegedly puts your information allegedly in the comments of YouTube saying to watch out. Okay? The fans all over the place. And you think you're helping, but you're never helping women, you know? And initially, sorry, I have to adjust my chair. Initially, he goes to, let's pray for Mike. But like Atharella said, why don't you pray for the women that have to fear dudes like Mike or Dr. Will's family or his children or his mother-in-law who he allegedly contacted or his brother? This is all in the restraining order that they granted Dr. Will, I believe, for 10 years. All the people he contacted, allegedly. Why don't you pray for them and help them? So this is, my husband, Mike Boogie sneezes on my favorite. So this is just, I know most of you in here watching would never respond this way or would never think this way, but there are people out there who I think believe they have good intentions, but this is not the way to go. When a woman tells you a guy is either cyber harassing them, regular harassing them, essayed them, abusing them, it is never good to be like, well, he's had a hard time, or, well, maybe you should pray for him, or, well, what did you do? What did you wear? What did you say? Why were you there? How much did you drink? It all comes under the same umbrella, and it's never the right thing to do. If you want to truly be a kind ally to women, don't go that route. Don't go that route. And quit saying women are playing the victim. Quit saying that. Nobody wants to be a victim. Do you see me making victim videos? Is that when all you're like, hey, where's my next victim video? No, I make comedy. I make funnies. They're not always funny, but I try. But you can't hit it every time. But I'm like 99%, 98%, guys, okay? But I do call out problematic dude behavior. And if that bothers you, you might be a problematic dude. That might be what's going on. Okay? So believe women. Nobody wants to get involved in some BS crap with some toxic, problematic dude. That's never our goal. That's never used as revenge. That is not our goal. Just believe us. We had a similar situation with Frenchie, allegedly. Women, On Twitter, we're coming forward before the season going, he made me uncomfortable. He did this in the DMs, that. And people were like, I don't know. Maybe these women are doing this. Why are they saying it now? That's another one of the things I hate. Why would they say it now? Because that's when they decided to say it. Why would he do that in the first place? Why would any of these dudes go out of their way to make them uncomfortable? Why would any dudes go out of their way to harass women? Why don't you start asking that question? Why don't you start teaching men from when they're little boys to stop being so fragile and toxic? And again, I have to say not all men, because if you're a healthy dude who doesn't do this, then this doesn't apply to you. But if there are other dudes in your life, check them. But start teaching young boys to treat women better. And then we don't have to teach women and young girls how to defend themselves and get out of all these crappy situations. How about that? And when we can stop questioning women. The cat scared me. Sorry. The cat is the stalker. The cat is the stalker. Stephanie says, exactly. People who get defensive is because they're probably like that too. Now, I'm going to drop a link. I do take threats very seriously. And some of you might go, oh my God, it's an online threat, Joleen, like whatever. So I'm going to, I don't know if I just dropped a link. I take this very seriously because on 2 separate occasions in my life, I was chased by a man. When I was 14 years old, I dropped a link. You can read all about it. I was published in Bust magazine about it. And then again, which a lot of you who follow my channel know, around like 2015, 2016, I was literally 2 separate men, 2 different times in my life, chased. I don't know what the second guy wanted, but I don't think it was good. But I got away both times. Okay. And the first guy, I was a 14-year-old girl. And let's just say he was looking for all the wrong things, literally trying to grab me and pull me in his car. So I don't take threats lightly. And I'm also not someone who's going to sit here and be terrified. What's with dingleberries? Not the dingleberries. Did Tilly have dingleberries? Because she did have an accident yesterday, guys. Don't shame her. Okay. And most women you talk to, like Atharel is saying, will probably, if they want to share, it's hard to share things, when stuff happens to you. They have had stalkers, or they have had assault things happen to them, or SA, or different things like that. Okay. So it's not something I love talking about. But you know what? It's things that happen in my life. So now I'm like, well, 3rd time's a charm, right? And guess what, Mike Boogie? It ain't going to be you. My initial instinct now is to get pissed and go, all right, let's meet up. Let's see what happens. If this is truly this weirdo, let's go. Because I'm not going to wait around for my, what you going to do scenario. But that's the comedian me, and also the pissed off person that's like, on 2 separate occasions in my life, years apart, 14 and 35 or 36, men have tried to kidnap me and do God knows what. And luckily, I got away. Luckily. So that's why I don't take this shit lightly. Call me a bitch. Call me whatever you want to call me. I will block you. I will move on with my life. But do not threaten me, and do not threaten other women. In fact, don't call people bitches and stuff online, but I don't think I'll ever be able to stop that. But the fear, that unknown, and the fear, I'll never be able to fully put into words what it feels like to have someone chase you, to try to attack you. And it's that instinct to just run and run as fast as you can and get away, and all the things run through your head and what you're going to do and what's going to happen. And you just go into fight or flight. And I think I go into a combination of both. And don't think I haven't talked to a therapist about this, you guys. It's serious. So that's why I take this seriously. That's why I posted in the community section, because I'm tired of this happening. I'm tired of men thinking that they can intimidate and harass, and some women too. I'm not going to let women fully off the hook here. But because they don't like something. Learn to use your words. Learn to have better behavior. Learn to stop humiliating yourself. Learn to accept no. If someone tells you no, that's a part of life. Learn to accept that and move on. Stop threatening women. Stop being assholes. And stop casting assholes on reality shows. What is up with this internalized misogyny? It's disgusting. Like, geez, get some ovaries, man. Like, get stronger to this. We have to put up with so much, And today was a day where I was like, I'm tired of this shit. And you know, me, Auntie Joleen, I always tell you guys when I'm tired of stuff. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I want you all to be very, very, very safe. But I also want assholes, stop being assholes. Get some help. Figure out why you're so fragile. That's not our problem. And don't ever come into my comment section threatening me again, because this is not my first rodeo. Okay? So thank you so much for your time, you guys. And don't come in my comments mansplaining some BS about what I did or didn't do to deserve this, because it's called nothing. Because you can have an opinion and not have to worry about being threatened with some kind of violence or stalking or God knows what, or your address put on blast. That's cuckoo bananas, you guys. That's a weird Jerry Springer, Maury Povich world you live in that I don't live in. And I think most healthy people don't live in as well. Okay? So work on your misogyny. Guys, you got a lot to work on. And if you're a guy who doesn't do this stuff, you're good. Study time's over. You get to go on vacation, men. But for you problematic fucks that constantly come at women, and when you don't get your way, you get pissy and abusive or threatening, go work on yourself. That's your job. It's not our job to get more mace and learn how to defend ourselves and do God knows what. You work on yourselves and start believing women. What else can I say? Brent BB23. I got some words about him too, but I'll save it for later tonight. Okay? So yeah, call it out when you see it. Guys, if you want to be an ally to women, call it out when you see it. Call other dudes out when they say bullshit stuff like that. When you see the misogyny come out. When they do any kind of negging, like we've seen with Brent from BB23, call it out. Put him on blast. Okay? Allyship is important on all levels. And it would really help if we had men who believed us and called this shit out. Because we're tired. I know I'm tired. I got to this age. I'm tired of physically running. I'm tired of having to say shit. I'm tired of being called this, that, and the other thing just because I won't take shit from dudes. We're tired. So a little allyship would help. Okay. But seriously, take care, you guys. I'll be back later. I was supposed to do a live with Nana. Poor Nana got pushed back for this bullshit, you know. But we'll be back. We'll be back and we'll be doing Beverly Hills. Maybe we'll jump on real quick after this. But I'm going to finish my Diet Coke, go give my husband a hug, and find out where the hell my dingleberry cat went. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for all the comments. I'm sorry if I missed any super chats or anything at all. And just know, ladies, I have your back. I have your back. All right? Fuck these dudes. Bye. Now I got to find my outro. I should have planned that better. Fuck these dudes. Bye.
If you like